Boy, did that take a fucking minute. Sorry. See, people don't have patience. It's like shit happens. If you stick around and start chatting, maybe you might win some good games. Man, I got a cop, and I'm a copy of Modern Warfare, but I don't think I'm gonna give that up to anybody.
Cream, it doesn't seem you're online for me. Oh, there you are. Just buggy. Alright. I'm back.
Hope is now head of research.
When was the review process?
Man, I never thought I'd be working in the... Look at me now, Ma.
I'll see you later.
You know what I'll do?
Alright, well, we've already talked to him about his new
Yeah, I
position.
found a file on the old director. What?
I've looked through the docs we found in Dimensional Research. That slide projector is extremely powerful. You were right to shut it down. How is Dylan? The same. I can't detect any his activity, but his physiology has certainly been altered by it. And I can't tell if his brain activity is genuine or simply the aftermath of the hiss, like spasms. Dylan could wake up tomorrow for all I know. I really can't say.
Then I just have to wait for him. That's
Yep,
fair.
you sure do, lady.
He waited a long time for me.
But don't worry, we'll be monitoring him round the clock. If he wakes up, we'll be ready. I don't mean that in a hostile way, just, well...
Well, this is the rating of the game and the review.
I hear
Just
you.
getting some last bit of
My brother
dialogue.
isn't exactly popular around here. I hope one day he'll have the chance to change that.
I found Dylan attacking the Astral Plane and the board. What was he hoping to accomplish? Huh. Since they arrived, Hiss have been corrupting objects of power, which have an inherent link to the Astral Plane. Maybe their goal was to access the Astral Plane and the board itself.
It still doesn't tell us why.
His motives are a difficult thing to work out, but I have been digging through confidential files and noticed a strange gap in knowledge regarding the board. Looks like any data on them has either been deleted or was never gathered in the first place.
Then maybe it's time someone looked into that.
Maybe it is. So, there was a moment after Hedron died that I couldn't feel my powers. The hiss got into my head. Just for a moment.
They sure did.
That explains the HRA outage. Before we knew what was happening, the hiss had
Yeah.
us. They were in my head. I saw terrible things. I mean, I was about to go under forever when the hiss was pushed back. The HRAs had come back on. Dylan vanished afterwards, and we fought off the hiss that came after him. So if Hedron's death knocked out the HRAs, that means there must be a new local source for them to relay, which I'm guessing must be
Me.
you. Hedron is dead, assuming that word even applies to a resonant-based life form. But whatever it awakened in you, the power you call Polaris, is still active. Or at least, that's what my instruments are telling me.
I don't think we're ever gonna understand all of this. And I'm okay with that. I'm just glad you're here with me.
I'm okay with that too.
That's good to know. Thanks, Emily. How do you feel about me taking over as director? You act like it just happened. You've been director since we first met, remember? I am still thrilled. Nothing's changed. Not for me. But the Bureau has changed. Trench and Darling are gone. Their knowledge, anything not written down, disappeared with them. They knew the Bureau better than anyone.
They're the Bureau's past, Emily.
We won't operate like they did. We'll learn from their mistakes. We'll be better than they ever were.
We won't ever be like them.
When the hiss got into my head, I saw some weird things. I think Darling even spoke to me. Does that make any sense to you? Empirically, no, but phantom voices as well as hallucinatory states are not uncommon here. And considering the forces that Dr. Darling was working with, he could have been transferred to a different plane of consciousness, physically
Who the
or
fuck is that
otherwise.
guy in the background?
And that doesn't upset you? Oh, very.
Always
The fact that
drawing
he
on
hid
that
these forces
board.
from me, it's infuriating. But Darling's dream was always to look beyond our reality. This time he may have taken a step too far, but as long as his consciousness can perceive his surroundings, I'm sure he's loving it. Maybe Darling was just trying to protect you from the darker side of his work.
Could have
Fuck
been.
that. I'm not a child. Don't just assume I'm going to consider something morally repugnant.
Which it all was.
Which it all was, of course.
No.
Well, I've got a bureau to run. See you soon. Yes, ma'am, Director Faden. Please, Emily.
Not even as a
Time
joke.
for the reviews. This was Control. Playability. I give it a 7. There's some good playability, good moments here and there, good fights. But overall, give it a 7. Glitches and bugs, there were some, so I give it a 6. The higher the score, the worse it is. Sometimes the whole map would be dark, everything like that. Yada yada yada. Mechanics. I give the mechanics. Give them a solid 8. The mechanics could have been nicer in some areas, but they performed the way you would expect for a game like this. Performance. I played this on 2 different rigs, RX 590 and Ryzen 1800X, and I also played it on an Radeon XT 5700 thick Ultra Edition. Whatever. You get the point. Top of the line AMD card and AMD Ryzen 3900X, and I had good performance in both, but better performance in low graphics for RX 590 and better in high for the XT 5700. But it all depends on your machine, so I give that performance factor, I go ahead and give that a 7.5. Fun factor.
Jeffrey?
This game can be a
Jeffrey,
fun
give me
factor.
2 cigarettes.
I do not have any more.
Just give me 2 cigarettes.
I don't have any fucking more.
God, it stinks in here.
They've been bumming me for the last goddamn fucking week. I don't have any more fucking cigs. I have another 15 or 20 of those fuckers leave me alone. Anyway, sorry about that. I apologize. Fun factor. There are points it was fun, there's points it was boring, points I didn't understand, points I was confused. How do you get the fun factor a 6? Difficult, this game can be as hard as you want to make it, or as easy as you want to make it. So I give the difficulty an 8. Music, I love the music, especially Poets of the Fall in there. Oh my god, Gods of Asgard, it's a great song. 10. Music 10. Voice acting and screen acting, 10 out of 10. Great acting. Really good. Very surprising. Emotion of the game, I really didn't feel too much emotion towards the game or the protagonist, the antagonist, or any other NPCs or anything like that. So I gotta give the emotion a 2. Playstyle. How you want to play. You want to run a gun, you want to use your powers, you want to evade people, you want to be sneaky peeky like, you want to be guerrilla. It's all up to you. I give the playstyle, I give that a 9. Play how you want. Atmosphere and setting, I really actually liked the atmosphere because you felt like you were dealing with SCP'S and the Astral Plane and these cool weird ass powers. It really set the mood for a lot of the game. So I give the atmosphere and setting an 8.5. Length and time of the game, considering I played it in segments, I probably could have beaten it in one day sitting. I would go ahead and give the length and time for the campaign. For me, I'd go ahead and give it 7.5. Artificial intelligence, the AI, it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't great. I give it a 6.5. It would flank you. Price, I got it for $40, but I think less than $40, like $32 on sale on one of the key sellers somewhere. Or no, I think I bought it straight off. Yeah, it was $40 straight off. Like, yep. I would recommend it. If you could find it for less than 25, preferably less, like 20 or less, grab it. Then it's worth it. Other than that, it's not worth it. I'm not saying it's a bad game. No. But it's a AA title pretending to be a AAA. No. Gameplay. Yeah, the gameplay was here so, there so. I mean, it felt good at times, it felt sluggish at times. It's really all up to you. And if I didn't say price, I'd give the price for what I paid for it. I give it a 6.5. And the gameplay, also, I give it a 6.5. Weaponry. With the gun you have 6 different guns. I only got 4. You got so many fucking... You got melee. I don't even know how to fucking do that. You got so many fucking cool ass powers and shit. I gotta give that a 10. I gotta give that a 10. And overall, in my opinion of the game, should it be played? Yes. Should you wait a while? Yes. I'll go ahead and give this game a 7.5 out of 10. Not the best. 8s and higher are really good, but good game nonetheless. And that was Control. That was Control. Now I've got a special surprise for you guys. I really, really do. Let me make sure. I gotta check on a hard drive real quick. I can't flash my fucking BIOS. What? Okay. I have to download something to put on this file right here. It's a BIOS update. Now, my 2 terabyte it's not showing up. And M.2 is showing up. Only one. But my 2 other SSDs are not showing up. I want to figure out what the problem is. At least they don't have anything really important on. But shit. One of the hard drives that I have a game on that I wanted to play with you guys is not showing flat out. It's not good. It's 1, 2, 3. I've got 5 hard drives. Is this one even working? Is that 2 terabyte? Is there a 2 terabyte? It's not Seagate though. Turn it on. Hold up, guys. Is this thing not getting fucking power? Oh, and we're gonna end the stream and restart it real quick. So that's the end.